So, GECV is back with Marv Lamar. How you doing, man?
What's going on, brother? I can't complain.
Tell me about like your early years, because let's go back like 5 years to the track Dedication.
Well, that track, that's the track that I made when I was out here in AZ. It was always one of my dreams to make music on the West Coast. So that was just having fun with the music. Because a lot of the time I'll be serious with the flow. So just having fun, enjoying myself, and just explaining about the journey. Because sometimes you feel like giving up, you feel like quitting and just being dedicated to something bigger than yourself. That's what having a true passion is. Because sometimes you want to quit something, but a passion, it'll keep hunting you, hunting you, hunting you, hunting you. So you got to come back to it.
You can see how much you've evolved as an artist in the last 5 years. Is that something you've been conscious of to change your style? And your delivery is different. Your beats are way different. They're so much more. Um, there's just so much more to them. Is that something? Is
Gratitude.
that something you've been conscious of yourself?
Actually, yeah. Believe it or not, shouts out to Lecrae. Um, it was about 5, 6 years ago. I wanted to actually switch lanes and hop into gospel rap. You know what I'm saying? So me just picking a different, because I always been different as far as my standpoint, as far as trying to get a youth something different to look up to. I'm from the South Side of Chicago, so we ain't have to go too far, you know, to see the craziness. So just trying to give them something different to look up to. I had to go through a transition, like in real life, in those 5 years to be able to receive that type of information to write about. So I appreciate the acknowledgement.
Have you evolved at your own pace, or have you had someone behind you, like with like a pushing force behind you?
To be honest with you, man, it's been all God. It's been bigger than me. Cause a funny story back in the day, I was when I was rapping quote unquote different, um, I was going hard and hard and hard and hard, and God told me pretty much, if you don't put me first, ain't none of this gonna work. I was actually putting the music first. Him saying that was like my dream. I wanted to, just rock stages all across the world, but it was that's really what it was.
Has your
No
faith
cap.
then? Has your faith managed to give you the opportunities to explore your music more creative?
Absolutely.
Top man,
Because
well done. God fearing man
yeah,
myself, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. Because I was just thinking, I was just thinking this, because the power of the tongue is strong, right?
yeah.
So I grew up on Pac and Big, and Pac was, 25, and it seemed like at the time Pac was 50. I was 17 when he passed, but it seemed like Pac was way older. But he said he seen death around the corner, and then unfortunately his demise. So some that I started noticing, because I've been writing since I was 10 years old. I've been studio recording since '05 and producing since 2010, right? So something I started noticing with making the music is what I would say start coming to fruition. So I was like, ding, like a light bulb went off. So it's like, if I had an opportunity to put positive energy out into the atmosphere and good things happen, why wouldn't I do that? Opposed to speaking something else into existence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is that something then, the team that you work with, is that a common thing between all of you, your faith?
Yeah, we all believe in God. Yep.
I think that's important
Yep.
nowadays.
Yep. Yep. Shouts out to Robert Fields Jackson. Yeah, he a man of faith. But yeah,
Most definitely.
all of us yeah, believe in God. And I'm the catalyst. So I bring the best out of, like, not arrogantly saying nothing, but on purpose. That's my goal, is to bring the best out of everybody else around me, So we wash off we you know, one hand feed off the other. They bring the best out of me, and I bring the. But I'm gonna push people to be the best version of themselves. You know, it's like I can't do that without God, because that's what's happening to me in real life.
Do you think that's something that's lacking in music nowadays?
Yeah, and hip hop and rap definitely, because the agenda not supporting it. It's and don't get me wrong, it's a lot of it's a lot of, you know, rappers that believe in God that don't necessarily rap about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just like you may see a comedian or an actor that may curse in a movie, or be robbing a bank in a movie, but he believe in God. But I don't think the genre really is not really catered to it, because you got to have a certain, they want you to have a certain image and have a certain dialect and certain, you know, unfortunately, it used to be different though, you know, like, you know, 'cause I grew up, you know, 80s, 90s hip hop,
Yeah.
you know, KRS-Ones and Rakims, and, you know, Rakim and
EPMDs
other,
and
right, you know,
yeah.
Rakim and other dope lyricists that don't curse. A lot of people overlook that, but,
It ain't the
and
same, is it?
right, but it ain't the
It
same.
ain't the same at all. I
Same.
just don't feel it. And a lot of the music, I'm literally cherry picking little bits from here, little bits from there. I can't find an album, a mainstream album that is that I can just sit there and go, right, I'm in. This is me. I'll find an album from the 90s. I got no problem. I'll listen
Yeah.
to the whole of that. But there's something. So, what's your opinion then on current? We'll call it mainstream hip hop and rap.
Well, I like,
I think Migos ruined it with that style. Mm.
and I'm so biased with it, right? Because I got music in the car, right? I like loud music, so it sounds good, like, you know, with bass, but I'm from an era of substance, and no,
Well
and,
done, yeah.
and no disrespect, you know, to what they doing, because, you know, I like some of it. You know what I'm saying? But I just came from the era of substance. Like, you didn't have to have a diamond on your body. Like, you was just raw, dope. You you had it, you
Yeah.
know, or you didn't. You know, your Busta Rhymes, your Commons, your, you know, Common not a flossy cat, and no disrespect to Ice Cube, but I remember that battle, and
Yeah.
Ice Cube had to shake that man's hand, like,
Yeah, you
okay,
did.
you know what I'm saying? You got to respect Chicago.
I've got my youngest, he's only 14, but I've got him listening to like KRS-One.
Yeah,
Uh, I've given him OG Ice T's album, which I think is absolute classic.
good
And
deal.
he's got into Wu-Tang lately, and Method Man in particular, because Meth's got a brilliant voice, hasn't he, really? Just a pitch and his tones just spot on.
And his
And
cadence, yeah.
he doesn't like hip hop. He'd rather listen to rock music, but he'll listen to 90s hip hop, no problem. And I think that's a damning. You look at it and just go, I don't rewind lyrics of today's
Yeah,
hip hop where I'd be like, oh my God, did you just say that? And rewind the track and play it again and figure it out. Remember, there used to be a story behind it, wasn't there? Like
yeah, yeah,
Get Rich or Die Trying. There's
right.
always every single track, there's a story behind it. You want to know who's talking about who, about what, about when. And it
Yeah.
doesn't seem to have that substance anymore.
Nah, the art is gone. It's just about a quick dollar, you know,
And
getting
a
flipping.
ringtone.
Right. Yeah. And it's like a setup, you know.
Right. So growing up in Chicago, what would you say then? Because for me, Chicago has become the epitome, the actual pinnacle of hip hop in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And it seems to be leading the way. What do you think it is about Chicago that made that happen?
Gumbo, man. It's I have to flip the coin. What's not in Chicago? Like, what
Okay.
genre is not in Chicago? You got some of every kind of mover and shaker in the city. And I think as far as like different varieties of music, that's there. But the thing that Chicago missing is the labels. Like we don't have a like a New York or LA like a base that's there. It's a few, you know what I'm saying? But and then like just how the city like get down. Like the city used to support real hip hop. Outside of the underground community, it ain't really supporting that main skill. You got to be drilled.
Okay, quick fire round about
Yeah,
Chicago.
okay.
Chief Keef or Little Dirk?
Dirk,
Common or Chance, the rapper?
Common. Wouldn't be no chance if it wasn't for Common.
That's what I thought as well, man.
Yeah,
Lupe Fiasco or Polo G?
Lupe.
Oh, good answer. I agree with that as well. King Von or Fred Santana. Rest in peace to both of them, man.
Ooh,
Tough one, that, isn't it?
give me Vine, because believe it or not, to me,
The
uh,
music was better.
And then Fredo was more of a boss,
Yeah.
a behind the scenes. Like he'll drop some music, but to me, Fredo was more of a boss. No disrespect to none of Vine entrepreneurial skills or whatnot, but it was just two different types of individuals.
Soldier Boy Twister
Twister
all
wouldn't be
day.
no. Yeah, the Soldier Boy wouldn't even had nothing to go off of if it wasn't for Twister, and that's two totally different styles. But mm-mm.
Top 5 artists in your opinion right now?
Right now, new, well, I'm biased, man. So
It's your
Cole,
opinion, brother.
Cole, here it goes. J. Cole, K. Dot.
Yeah, J. Cole's tearing it up, man. His freestyles are fantastic as well.
Yeah, I could pretty much go through pretty much like the Dreamville and the PG Lang, but I like uh I like what Luke been doing. Luke is a Dreamville artist. I'm I support underdogs. I'm trying to work with some of these cats. Uh I wouldn't put him in my top. Let me see. K Dot, J. Cole, no disrespect, Luke. I don't really listen to a lot of this stuff that's out, man.
Well, just in general, then, what in your opinion, who would you choose to listen to? Your top 5 artists? Like
Um,
I listen to a bit of Nas, I listen to a bit of Jay-Z, but I don't put them in my top 5. I like the old school. I like Ice-T, me, and Slick Rick, people like that. Me, that's what I listen to.
because
And
I
I'm
listen to
lucky.
some.
I'm very lucky because I get a lot of independent music, so I'm spoiled that way. So
Nice,
I get everybody's best tracks. So I've got them all lined up. So I'm quite lucky like that.
nice. Well, uh, let me see. I had to put. I don't know. I don't want to sound crazy because I've been working a lot. I listen to a lot of myself.
All
But
right, I'll put it a different way then. Who do you want to work with?
oh, who I want to work with?
Who do you want to work with?
I want to work with Ninth Wonder. I want to work with Rhapsody. I want to work with Kendrick. I want to work with J. Cole. I want to work with Big Crit. I want to work with Big Boy,
Oh yeah, big
three,
boy. That'd suit you.
Andre
That'd suit you.
3000. I want
There's
to
a
work with
similarity there with big boy. Your pitch and
yeah.
tone of
I
your
want
voice,
to
without a doubt.
yeah. I want to work with Bun B. It's a lot of cats I want to work with. 8 Ball and MJG. It's a lot of cats I want to work with.
Have you got them? Have you got material right now to be looking forward to? Are they putting an EP or an album out in the near future?
But of course, so just dropping singles now. You can check out the music. Me and Tookie Black, we got the new single "I Want You Bad." It's
Yep.
everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. You can check all the music out. You know, I'm easy to find. MARVLEVAR on all the music platforms. And then Blind Ambition 2. That's the project we working on. That's coming soon. You know, Blind Ambition 1 dropped already. It's visuals on YouTube, but that's pretty much what's moving right now. I'm out on the music platforms, and we working on Blind Ambition 2, and then just about to go crazy with these visuals.
Let's talk clothing.
Oh yeah, and the
Let's
clothing
talk
line.
clothing.
Yeah.
Tell us about your
Check the
clothing
clothing
line.
line out. Yeah, Royalties Clothing Company, Instagram, Facebook. This is one of the designs my grandma prayed for me, and
That's
it's
dope.
real life. Because yeah, man, if some of them prayers didn't get through, we probably wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation.
Most
Real spill.
definitely.
But yeah, Instagram and Facebook, Royalties Clothing Company. We got some nice pieces and designs. Check us out, support us. Appreciate the love.
Any plans? Any plans for live shows now? We're coming in. Well, look, you live in Arizona, so it's always sunny where you live. So we're about to come into the summer in the UK. Have you got any plans for any live shows? Any performances?
But of course, I should maybe keep this under the wraps, but I'm gonna let it out there. So we actually in the process of putting together our own venue to host shows.
Oh,
So we trying to flip. Yeah, we trying to. Cause no disrespect, you know what I'm saying. It's a. I'm more of a. I'm on the business side. You know, I'm more interested in that side. So I dealt with a lot of promoters and stuff like that. And no disrespect, they got to get their money too. But I'm more interested, you know, in dealing with talent buyers and things of that nature.
yeah.
That's really my lane. So I'm just not a fan at this stage of the game. I'm not a fan of the whole promoting thing and getting 50 tickets and I gotta
Yeah,
sell 50 tickets
that showcasing is a
and,
nightmare,
and,
isn't it?
and give you all the money back and all of this and no disrespect. I did it. I worked my way up the ground, you know, and there's
Hard, isn't
50 of
it?
us on the field. Right, I did it. So now I'm just trying to we as a collective are trying to pull that off and provide a platform for other artists. You know what I'm saying? That feel like they may not have a stage or a platform for it. Because you know, a lot of these venues is kind of biased too. You know, they only want to book a certain kind of artist with a certain type of draw. And no disrespect to it, but everybody got a contribution. We just celebrated 50 years of hip hop,
Yeah.
not 50 years of trap, drill. You know, it wouldn't be none of them. You know, no disrespect to them, but we just celebrated 50 years of hip hop for a reason.
Do you
Yep.
find yourself do you find yourself more in love with the industry nowadays?
You say more in love with the industry?
Yeah, you're feeling it still in your heart.
You know what? I'm a I'm just a diehard just dinosaur, man. I think I'm gonna still be like 80 years old,
Still doing it.
still making beats, writing. It's in me, G. I can't like just being honest with you. Just over the years, I've tried to quit a couple times. You know, shouts out to my brother Lane. You know, I lost him 2013, and we used to do
Oh,
a lot of music together. And I tried to quit, quote unquote, a few times, but when you got music playing in your head in your sleep, when you get up, when you go to bed, during the day, going to the bathroom, taking a shower, it's in me,
yeah.
not on me. So I
Yeah.
say that to say this, even if I tried to quit, I can't. So I figured I have to try to expand and transform into the best instrument I can possibly be behind the scenes, on the scenes, all of the above, you know. Because I'm trying to get into my writer thing too.
Have you got any plans to diversify? I mean, I know that Tuki Black recently was in a movie on Tubi, was it? Have you got any
Correct.
plans to do anything like that yourself?
I do. I'm interested in the big screen as well. You know, I've been thinking about for a long time. And I'm not shying away from any roles that's already presenting themselves, but I've been interested in telling my story, like the autobiography, you
So
know.
there's a screenplay in there then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely trying to trying to get that. And then I got some other ideas as well too, because I think like Dave Chappelle said it best, like when he did his block party special, when he invited all his hip hop friends out. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? Most rappers want to be comedians, and most comedians want to be some type of musician. Like look at Jamie Foxx, he got a dope
Yeah.
album. So I want to definitely start tapping into my comedic side. She been tapping into her comedy side. She got a couple films out on Tubi, so definitely trying to diversify with the clothing line as well. Get the clothing line into a few places, get the music into some places, some sync and some licensing things. Definitely.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Do you anyone to give shout out to, bro?
Yeah, shout out to Robert Fields Jackson, man. Shout
Robert
out to
Field Jackson,
God.
man.
Shout
Top
out
man.
to my family. Shout out to my beautiful kids, man, and all the fans. Everybody that been rocking with me since day one. Family, friends, supporters, family that ain't family. Shouts out to you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you for having me and the love in the space. And man,
We're, we're actually going to start a boxing podcast. If you know any boxers,
oh, okay, nice. I
or,
do,
or yeah, boxers. We want to get some boxers on the show.
I do, I do,
Oh,
I
that'd be
do.
cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, man. Much appreciated.
Peace, man.
Take
Appreciate you.
care. Peace.
Yes, sir.
I'll get this uploaded.
All right.